Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to touch base with everybody and make sure I said happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a good day with your family and friends, and maybe you get to go fly a little bit. I know I've been hit or miss here on the channel lately. I've been working on the new world headquarters of Griffin RC. Well, kinda. Actually, it's a long story, but I have to start caring for my mom under my own roof. And it's not going to work here at the current headquarters, so we got to move, and with that came a renovation and blah blah blah. If you want to know more about that, I got a second channel dedicated just to the renovation of the new headquarters, and a link will be in the description of this video. So I want to answer just a couple questions. I scrolled through the comments this afternoon, and there's a couple questions that I wanted to answer. And one, somebody asked if they could use their SPEKTRUM DXE transmitter with their DXS as a trainer. Use one of the transmitters as the trainer versus the trainee. And the answer is that you can't. The DXS does not have the SRXL2 receiver built into it in order to make the DXS and the DXE able to bind to one another, and then one of the transmitters bind to the plane. The reason this transmitter and others can be a wireless transmitter is because they have the capability of sending out two signals. One, you can bind it to your plane, and then it has another receiver inside of it where you can bind it to another transmitter. And that's where the SRXL2 receiver comes into play for the DXS. I don't have that transmitter, but I looked on the manual real quick, and you pop the battery door open, and there should be a little, like 4 plugs that you would buy the SRXL2 receiver and plug it in. Too much of a hassle, in my opinion. I wouldn't do it. You could use the DXS, I believe, as a wired trainer, but both transmitters have to be set up identical. And both of these transmitters, if they came with different planes, it wouldn't work. If the DXE came with a AeroScout and your DXS came with an AeroScout, then yes, you could use those as a trainer for the AeroScout. All the switches got to be the exact same. If you flip this switch back to activate safe, the switch on the other transmitter has to do the exact same thing. So they got to be identical in order to use them as a trainer and a trainee setup. And another question is, somebody talked about using a FMS Reflex V2 or version 1 in like a Delta Wing airplane. And I wouldn't recommend using the Reflex in anything except for what it came in or could come in. You can go to the Reflex website and you can program your Reflex for one of many of the FMS airplanes that they have programmed the Reflex for. For example, the Pitts or the Beaver. But you can't custom program the Reflex. So if you're wanting to use it in an airplane that they don't offer and they didn't program it for, then you're not going to get the gains right, and you're going to have to position the Reflex just perfect, or things are going to be backwards. Some of the servos in the FMS airplanes could be reversed compared to other servos, and you don't know that because it doesn't state on the servo. So only use the Reflex in an FMS airplane that they have said the Reflex can work for. If you're thinking about me, if you're thinking like me, and you're wanting to pinch pennies and you want to use the Reflex as something else, for $30 more you can get a SPEKTRUM AR631 and custom program it to anything you want. So don't use the Reflex in anything except for what it comes in. So, and then one last question is, somebody asked about the little orange propellers that I use on my UMX airplanes, and they asked if I had a link where I got them from. I couldn't figure out how to get the link and share it with you guys, but there's a on Amazon, there's a store by the name of UXCell. It's UXCELL. That's the name of their store inside of Amazon, and they're all about propellers for all kinds of stuff. So UXCell, UXCELL, and that's where you'll find all the different propellers for various things. Those little orange ones, they came with a bunch of little adapters, and I did have to use one of the adapters, and I had to push the screw, you know, kind of deep into one of the adapters to make it work. But it's all about fiddling, and for a lot of us here, it's winter time, so it's fiddle season. You know, we're not all blessed with Florida weather or some other people that have good weather all the time. So it's midnight now on Thanksgiving Eve, and I think it's 39 degrees. So, boom. Anyways, as you can tell, my throat's a little scratchy. I'm kind of under the weather, getting over my once every 8 months bronchitis. So that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys so much. Link in the description for the other channel, and that's just about the renovation I'm doing. Once the rehab's over, then that channel's over. So, and then I'll be back right here with you guys full time. So, all right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving, and until next time, you'll see me here. Right, Brutus? That's Brutus down there. He's saying, come on, man. All right, guys. Hey, adios. Thank you.